Welcome to the Inspire and Learn series. We are TMG, a multi-award winning dealership in Australia specialising in catamarans. Join us as our expert team teach you all about anchoring, docking, rigging, sail trim, maintenance and so much more, so you can build confidence in your catamaran handling ability. In this episode, we are going back to basics to learn how to unfurl your jib or Genoa.
Hello and welcome back to another Inspire and Learn episode with TMG. My name is Joe Fox. Today we're looking at unfurling your jib or your Genoa on the front half or the bow half of your boat. In a previous video we have just looked at hoisting the mainsail, so that is up. You might see that behind me. If you would like to see that video, do check the link below. We're going to talk through some of the basics for unfurling your jib in a safe and orderly manner. A number of things you need to consider when unfurling your jib is wind direction. The wind today is about 8 knots from the southeast, so it's really quite benign conditions, but perfect for demonstrating this. Now, unlike hoisting the mainsail, we do not want the boat to be head to wind when we're unfurling the jib. This is because if the boat is head to wind, jib or the Genoa will become a flag essentially. There's a block, there's a bit of hardware on that corner that will flap around. We want to avoid that, so the best wind angle to hoist the jib is kind of 90 degrees on the beam. So if I'm facing forward, the wind is just coming over my shoulder now. So when I unfurl the jib, it'll come out nicely down my port side, full of wind and not flapping around at all. There are a couple of lines that we're going to use to control the furling and unfurling process on the jib. Number one is the Furling Line. This again varies from boat to boat. On the Lagoon 42, it's this grey line that runs down the port side of the boat. It's on a locking system here, so what we want to do is we want to release that so it's free to run. I'll also just run this furling line through my hands once just to make sure there aren't any knots or turns in it that are going to get caught up in this block when we unfurl. Now if you come with me, I'll show you what this line does, because it has a very important role in this whole process that we're going to look at. So we trace this line all the way forward. We see it running through fair leads, around a turning block on the port bow, and then it runs over to this furling drum here. Now this is a Facnor furling drum, and as the sail comes out, the drum spools the line, the furling line, onto it, preloading the drum essentially, so that at the end of the day, or when we get to where we're going, when we want to put away the sail or furl it, we pull on this line and it has the opposite effect on the sail, wrapping it around the forestay. We need to jump up on the bow. Now, this yacht here has a self-tacking headsail system, which is very easy to use, makes sailing incredibly simple. Now, not all catamarans have that. Some catamarans have 2 sheets because the sail is an overlapper, so it overlaps the mast. So you can't have it on a sliding track, but we're lucky enough to have that. There is a locking mechanism on there just to hold the slide in the middle. What I'll do, I'll undo the locks on either side, just so that when we're tacking and jibing later on in the day, we'll be able to do that with no problem. Now, in order to pull the sail out, to unfurl the sail, we're going to use the Jib Sheet. Now, as you just saw, this is on the self-tacker. So we're loading this one Jib Sheet onto the winch, and we're set to go. Now, as I pull out the sail, I'm going to take the furling sheet in one hand, and this just controls the speed. It means as the furling line is going out, pulling through my hand, I can control that. If it is windy, you will need to use gloves for this. If it is very windy, you can even wrap this once around a winch, be it down here or up there at the helm station, just to slow the sail down, to stop it coming out too quickly. That's really good use of crew members. If you have crew on board helping you sail, get them to help you with that. So back at the helm station now, with the electric winch, I can pull on the sheet and ease the furling line out through my hand. So there we go. You can see the jib or the Genoa unfurled beautifully there alongside the main, which we've covered in a previous video. So if you'd like to learn about how to trim these two sails, which we have just hoisted, do click the notification button to be alerted when we put out the video on sail trim and technique. Back to basics. My name is Joe Fox. I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to unfurl your jib. Do give us a like and a subscribe as well if you'd like to be updated with more regular content like this. My name is Joe Fox from TMG. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you soon.
Join us in the next episode where we teach you how to furl your jib or Genoa. We'll see you then.